Alright, so in this video we're checking out another ultra portable folding solar panel, and this is going to be great for those of you who are going to be off-grid for a while, maybe backpacking, hiking, something like that. It's a 40-watt folding panel, very high quality. It's got a sort of a cloth material on the outside here. The stitching is very good. It is IP65 water resistant, so it has a waterproof rating, and you can see on the zipper here in the back it does have a seal, so it will, you know, if you are backpacking and it's raining, it should protect the electronics inside. I'll show you that here in a second, but basically it has some grommets here to, you know, attach it to something like a backpack or some other, you know, maybe cable or some sort to lay it out, and then arrange the layout of the panel. It does have a Velcro flap here, and then it just opens up like so, and there's 4 solar panels in here to make the complete panel. It's a very high quality ETFE material, pretty standard for the industry right now. On the outside of the compartment here, it just has basic information. I'll show you the manual. It has more details. Basically, it's a open circuit 24 volt panel, but it's a nominal 19 volt panel. And it just has some basic instructions on how to properly use it to get the best power output. Obviously, you want to have it oriented 90 degrees to the sun. That's pretty standard. Opening it up, we got everything that came with the package. I was in the box was actually inside here. So basically the unboxing was just taking this out, and then the rest of the stuff is in here. And I've actually already used this, but I'll show all the footage that I got in a second. Show you the manual really quick so you can get the rest of the specs. So I think the most important thing is the USB-A and USB-C outputs. I'll show you that here in a second on the output board, but yeah, basically uses power delivery 5, 9, and 12 volts on the A, 3.4 volts max, 5, 9, 12, 15 volts, 3 amps max on the USB-C. In terms of the unfolded size, it's going to be about 1,035 millimeters by 318 millimeters by 5 millimeters, and then the folded size is 320 by 225 by 45 millimeters. And each of the individual panels I measured on my ruler about 7.5 inches by about 11 3/4 inches. Now, since the whole weight is about 1.3 kilograms, which is about 3 pounds, and that's without any of the cables. Add the cables in here, and you get about 3.5 pounds. So we'll go over the contents here. You see, obviously, you get the panel, get a couple of carabiners, you get this manual, and then you get this this orange cable here, which has, I guess it's a 7-in-1 adapter, which has all of these connectors: DC 5521, 35135, Anderson XT60, 5525, 7909, 8020, and might as well just go ahead and show those to you. So here are the 2 carabiners. You can use that with the grommets there to arrange the orientation of the panel. Get this USB-C to USB-C cable, as you can see here, and this lightning adapter. Obviously, it's going to be for your iPhones. And then this is the cable. So basically, on one end, you have a 5521 barrel connector that's going to plug into this output board here. So you have the 5521 DC connector, you have a USB-C, and then a USB-A. And there's a little LED here. It turns red when you have enough solar energy coming in to actually power this breakout board. If you don't have a red light there, that means it is not bright enough to get enough power to actually do anything. So be aware that you will need to have that red light, otherwise nothing will work. But anyway, you would just plug in the barrel connector on one side, and then on the other side you have all of these adapters that I showed you in the manual. So it will pretty much work with, I think it said somewhere in like 99% of the power stations out there. So for the testing of the solar panel, I plugged it into my Agritech portable power station here. This is another one of these backpack sized power stations, and if you wanted to see the review of this one, I'll link that in the video description. I reviewed that several months ago, but you can see here it's a very small size. Both of these will fit into a backpack, and you'll have pretty much unlimited power as long as you have good sunlight. And I just laid this solar panel flat on the ground. I didn't really properly orient it. I could have propped it up on one side to get a little bit better of an angle. I think I was perhaps off by about 10 degrees. It's a very sunny day today. Completely cloudless. I think I'm getting the most amount of sunlight possible for this solar panel, and I got about 38 watts of the 40 max rated for this panel, so I was pretty happy with that. And yeah, that is going to be very good for powering up this little power station. It's only like 299 watt hours, so shouldn't take more than a few hours to completely charge it up on this solar panel. Now, I did test the USB A and USB-C ports. I did not use the cable that they included. I used my own 100 watt USB-C cable. I think that's a little bit better in terms of power rating. And with that cable, I got about 29 watts to a USB-C power bank, which is pretty decent for this panel. And then on the USB-A port, I got up to 18 watts on that same power bank. So pretty good overall. And so if you are backpacking and you have this like on your back, obviously it's not going to be optimal in terms of like getting the best angle to the sun, but you can be collecting solar power while you're hiking. And then of course, when you're, camping somewhere, stop somewhere, you can properly orient the solar panel and get the maximum wattage available and the fastest charging available. Anyway, overall, pretty happy with this solar panel. I think it works well with at least my power station that I showed you earlier. If you guys are interested in checking this guy out, I'll put a link in the video description. If you got any questions, comments, etc., let me know in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.